Thank you. Thank you for this, what you're involved in. Thank you for honoring a woman that deserves every honor that she's achieved, and I thank you for that. The Netherlands does the world a great service by continuing the tradition of this award and combating the scourge of anti-Semitism. I'm so pleased to be with you here today to honor my good friend Nita Lowey and give her this very prestigious award, which she deserves. I can tell you Congress isn't the same without her. I miss interacting with her on a daily basis and the great things that we achieved together. Our relationship began when we were both in leadership roles on the State and Foreign Operations Subcommittee. She was the chairwoman, of course, and I was the ranking member. From the very start, she made a commitment to me that she would always be an honest broker. Now, although we disagreed on some things, we were never disagreeable. As we exchanged the gavel over the years, we always shared the goal of getting our bill done on time and within our allotted budget. Spectators wondered if the reason for our committee's great success was because two women were running the show. While I can't disagree with that, we knew it was our steady communication and mutual respect that made us unstoppable. Our working relationship grew into a very close personal relationship that I hold dear to this day. In fact, when I was elected to ranking member of the full committee with Nita as chairman, she was the first to call and congratulate me. As Nita would say later, the last time two women led a committee, it was the Select Committee on the House Beauty Shop. Powerful committees in Congress. In our leadership roles on the Appropriations Committee, we found ourselves traveling around the world to learn firsthand. And we felt we couldn't make the decisions we needed unless we saw it, unless the people, unless we go to those countries. Nita and I traveled well together, and I appreciated joining her on one of my many trips to Israel. Her dedication to her Jewish background and heritage and combating anti-Semitism has always been a deep part of who she is. Traveling to Israel has been a valuable experience for members of Congress to better educate themselves about the hostility the Jewish community still experiences in part of the world today. Nita's fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism never wavered, and she was the greatest spokesman addressing that issue. Throughout her years of overseeing America's resources, she maintained her focus on this issue through important legislation like her Combating European Anti-Semitism Act. Nita and I worked together on a bipartisan basis to ensure that Israel has the resources and the equipment it needs to protect itself from terrorism attacks and regional threats. And I vow to her and to all of you that I will continue that fight as long as I'm in Congress. The Anne Frank Award is given to an American who has confronted intolerance, anti-Semitism, racism, and discrimination while upholding freedom and equal rights to promote an open, diverse society. There is no one who fits that description better than my friend Nita Lowey. Nita's one of the most sincere and gracious people with whom I've had the pleasure to work. But don't let her good manners and lovely smile fool you. She's tough as nails. Yet, as formidable and fierce as the chairwoman could be in fighting for her constituents, she's also a very modest person. I learned this first when a publication called In Style magazine released a list of the 50 most badass women of the year. Nita called me, seeming a little concerned. "Kay, she's calling us badass." She said, "Is that a good thing?" I assured her that in Texas, being called a badass is as good a compliment as you can possibly get. So I'm proud of all that we have accomplished together. Nita, while I know you're enjoying well-earned time with your husband, children, and grandchildren, know that you're greatly missed in Washington. A special thanks to the Ambassador Haspel and the Embassy for recognizing and honoring Nita's legacy today and the legacy of Anne Frank. Nita, your dedication to the betterment of the human condition is cherished not only here in the United States of America, but around the world. Congratulations on being presented the Anne Frank War Award. You're a trailblazer and a force of nature. And I am honored to call you my friend. I'd like to now welcome Nita Lowey and Ambassador Haspel to join me on stage for the presentation.